Welcome back to WNB1 Radio. It's the sounds of the Secret City. And you're in tune to Mags in the Morning. Mags in the Morning with J-9.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We've got some tea. We've got some tea. You want to start it off?
With our NFLT, shall we?
Yes.
So, Sunday, which if you watched the Miami Dolphins game, you saw that there was a little commotion right before the game with Tyreek Hill and two other members of the team who stopped to try to help. He was pulled over for, what do they call it? Reckless driving? Speeding. And the way that the situation was handled. Now we have the police cam to see how the situation was handled, and it was obviously out of line. Right from the beginning, the way the officer was banging on his window, I thought that was out of line, and I'm not getting out of a car either if someone's banging on my window, or even I don't even want my window down at that point. So that was how did you feel about it? Were you surprised? Were you
So for me, I thought that there was error on both sides. I think Tyreek Hill, by him saying,
give me the ticket?
yeah,
What you got to do?
yeah, just do what you got to do. Stop banging on my window. I didn't think that the knocking on the window was excessive. I just thought it was. I think that there was some sense of entitlement there with him. Like, bro, just do what you got to do and get on. That's when the de-escalation should have started for me as a cop.
Yeah.
I think that I have had experience in law enforcement, being a retired correctional officer, and the de-escalation skills that one has to use in order to get someone to act how you want them to act. And I think that was missing in that area. So right away, as a police officer, I think I would have went into de-escalation mode, like, bro, what's going on with you? And right then and there, he would have said, I'm Tyreek Hill. I need to get to the stadium because I have a football game to play.
Yeah.
And then right then and there, I was like, all right, bro, just shut up, relax. I'm just gonna do it on you and get you out of here. You know what I'm saying? I think it went south because the police officers didn't use any de-escalation. And that's a big tool. Anytime that you're dealing with the public, you don't know what someone's going through, and you don't know how they're going to react. So I think that the de-escalation there could have been used to clear some of the tension. Like, bro, why?
Yeah. I just, even when the other guys pulled up, though, I just feel like that officer he was a bit much.
Well, yeah. Well,
I get Tyreek, I get, how he was like, just give me the ticket. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, bro.
Yeah.
And
So for me, this is at that point, I think everything, post, him, while he was talking, I could sense that there was entitlement. So right then and there, I'm gonna be like, bro, what's going on? Why, why are you acting this way? And then you would have got some type of explanation, and it would have lightened the mood somewhat. It would have at least took the edge off top, and be like, then you could have met it and be like, bro, give me the same respect that I'm giving you. You know what I'm saying? And I think the edge would have been removed, and I think it would have made things a little lighter.
I agree with that.
As opposed to, it went south because, he told him to roll his window back down. And I see that. That's a safety matter for police. Because if you can't see what they're doing, you don't know if they're reaching for something. And it gives you cause. I mean, we're all taught that when you get pulled over by a police officer, 10 and 12, windows down. If you have tint, and it's at night, you light up your interior with your inside dome lights, so that there's never any question. Like, I couldn't see your hands in the cases. I think that Tyreek could have been a little more helpful in that manner, And I think when you're pulled over by police, you say as little as possible to them when there's nothing wrong with you. Like, okay, um, I think something like, okay, why am I being pulled over? Is enough. And if they don't give you more, then you just wait.
Mhm.
Wait it out. I don't think that you, especially in today's day and age, I don't think you start and you say like all right, bro, just give me the do what you got to do and give me the ticket.
He already knew. He knew how fast he was going.
Yeah, of course he
So
did.
with Smith and Campbell, when they came out to help,
Yeah.
So,
and
but
they were backing up. I know
but
this is after.
this is
he's
the
already-
thing.
He never used the escalation for me.
Mhm.
I think I would have been like, and then it would have been to the point like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
And he never did that. So everything after that, it just went south.
Yeah.
You know, he like
All
all
right.
right.
Bad
You know, I told you not to roll down their window, and he says, I am going to roll down. Matter of fact, no. You know what? We're not going to play this. Get out your car.
Mhm.
And then it just kept going south and south and south and south. And it just continued. Once you do something, to me, is once you do something wrong, and it keeps, snowballing, the chances of it coming back the
Oh,
other way
wasn't
are
coming back.
slim to none.
He's like, I'm gonna give you a ticket.
Yeah.
Why are you pulled over here? Why?
Yeah. So, and then when his teammates came to help out, you could see that he had his mind made up, like, get away or else.
Mhm.
Even with his teammate, who they ended up slapping the cuffs on him, Calais Campbell. He's like, listen, that's my guy. I just want to know what's going on. It's none of your business. It doesn't concern you.
Yeah.
He was already at a state of agitation.
He's like, they could all go.
And it was, like I said, it was too late at that point.
Mhm.
He had his mind made up, like, I'm taking you down. I don't care who you are. They knew, because his fellow officers came over and told him, you know who that is, right? That's a star player from the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Like
Mhm.
I'm going to be the guy in charge. And no matter what goes on from this point on, he's going to listen to me.
Listen, I didn't pull him over because he was a player. I pulled him over because he was speeding.
Yeah, he had probable cause.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it was profiling.
No, you could see.
Like I said,
He was definitely speeding.
for me, I've seen a sense of entitlement. Like, dude, just do what you got to do and hurry. You or I, we wouldn't have acted that way.
No.
We would have been like, listen, we're doing
I don't want
80,
that ticket.
We're doing 80 and 65. It would have came out that way.
Mhm.
So I think there was, it was a two-sided venture. It wasn't one-sided. I think that Tyreek could have done a better job in presenting himself initially.
Mhm.
Like I said, you or I, or I'd say
It would
probably
have been
90% of the people, you're compliant. Okay, sir, why are you pulling me over? You're afforded that ability to ask questions, and they, as police officers, should communicate with you. I don't think, if you ask, I don't think he's going to say that. It's none of your business. I'm going to take it. I'm going to tell you why. That's their job, to communicate. And I think that, Tyreek could have been a little more diplomatic in how he approached things. And he may have gotten a break.
Yeah.
He may have gotten a break, but no, he didn't.
Not now.
So he took it there. The officer took it there. It turned into a pissing contest. That's what it turned into. And 9 out of 10 times, you're going to lose that pissing contest.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, they're the authority.
They are the authority, but
and like I said, once that happened, it went south. Now the police officer pulled him out, and he said, "You got it confused, buddy. We're the ones in charge." And he threw it down. That's basically saying, "I don't care."
yeah, I just think they go too fast to like.
I agree.
I mean, snatching, grabbing the neck. I get it, and I know he could have handled it different, but you are the police officer. The extent that he took it, I feel like it was too far.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that.
He needed to pull him out. He needed to
1,800 cops.
they needed to use force and all that stuff. But you know something? You gave him reason now. And I think ultimately, when you get pulled over by police, is you try to be compliant. Now, if someone is disrespecting you, and hey jerk, you were doing no, you know what I'm saying? But you try to be compliant and you say as little as possible
Yeah.
because you don't want to give them that in to to be jerks and to look around your car, excuse me, or to say something that's gonna flick a switch on them
Yeah.
to be like, I'm getting this guy.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is be pulled out of the car because let's face it, we seen many a times, you know, things when you're pulled out the car, it doesn't turn out well.
No.
And ultimately it turns into stop resisting, something of that
Well, it's
nature.
ego, it's fear, it's history of our community and what happens, and I think you go into like that mode, like you're trying to survive at this point. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no,
So
I get it. I just so
For me, I just like I said, I
both parties could have
yes,
handled it
yes.
different.
I think that there was a lot of a lot to take in by both parties.
Yeah.
Once you watch this and you take it in, you know, you say, okay, maybe I could have done this differently. Maybe I could have done that differently.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I know me. Whenever I'm pulled over, um, those are the rules that I follow. I'm not an athlete making $30 million a year. Um, so the consequences are totally different from
Yeah,
me
yeah, it's gonna be
as
a different.
opposed to him. But the rules that I follow might not be the rules that he wants to abide by. He can afford a top lawyer. I can't. So yeah, I'm gonna handle things differently. But most people will, they'll be a lot more compliant, and you don't want to piss off the authorities by saying stuff like, "Yeah, bro, just do what you got to do. Give me the ticket so I can be out."
Yeah.
Um, nah, like I said, if there's something that came up to you, yelling at you, berating you, no, you're gonna talk to me with respect and dignity.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna talk to me in that way, then I'm not gonna talk to you in that way either. Um, it's just one of those things. As soon as you give them an in,
They're gonna take it. They're in. They're gonna use it. So.
and like I said, it doesn't bode well once they pull you off the car.
Yeah.
Because
we'll see how it plays out.
they are pulling people out of the car, and then once you're out of the car, it's like your fair game. And once there's multiple police around, it's not going to end.
It's a wrap.
You're going to get taken down. You're going to, you're at the emergency now.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've seen it way too many times. Somebody goes down and they don't get back up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but as an individual, I think for me, as long as none of those underlying factors of them disrespecting you or yelling at you, that it'll happen. I mean, I've had it happen in my profession.
Yeah.
I've had a superior come up to me and embarrass me in front of 150 inmates that were in the child hall. And that individual was going through some personal stuff.
Yeah.
And he got extra with me. So I did what you're supposed to do. You remove yourself from the situation, and you say you want to speak. I told him, I said, you want to speak with me? We're not going to do this here. We're going to do it in private. I told him, I said I would never speak to you like that in front of inmates, because now they're like, oh, he punked you.
Oh, they're gonna escalate.
Yeah. And they, there was inmates laughing. They were like, yo, he just got punked, and so I told him, I did what he was supposed to do. I told him, I told him, I said, listen, why are you treating me this way in front of the inmates?
Yeah.
And I'm doing that. Then later on, it comes to light that, he was having personal issues.
Mm-hmm.
He called me up later and said, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm having some personal issues. And I let it go too far.
Yes.
And he apologized, and I respected him. But that, that's
But
something.
he respected how you handled it,
Yes,
obviously,
yes.
because it could have went another.
He came and he said it. He said, I handled it wrong. I was wrong. And I said, something, I appreciate that. Because I would never do it to you, even though I'm your subordinate. I would never, if I had an issue with you, I would call you and we would handle it privately. And that's how it went. But yeah, as so long as you treat me with the same respect,
Yeah.
same dignity, I'm not going to go there. But like I said, he's in a different tax bracket.
Yeah, he is.
And he's on a different level. And I just think that he could have,
Handled it
excuse me, sir,
different.
you know what I'm saying? Like even his teammates,
I want to have a stack cult.
even his teammates, even though that the officer was clearly set on, not letting them. I get it. You don't want a crowd, so you try to keep people away. It's crowd control. But even his teammates didn't get disrespectful.
No.
They were like, "We're just trying to."
They were scared.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They were scared.
We're just trying to find out what's going on. But yeah, I think that there's a lot to learn from it, from both sides. But the police officer who took him down has been placed on administrative leave, pending an investigation. And I'm sure you're going to hear these words. Mark my words. De-escalation.
Yeah.
Most times, when stuff like this happens, we used to call it verbal sparring. Use your words as your weapons, and you give direction before you take action. Obviously, if there's an imminent threat, then you handle it that way.
Yeah. See
I
how
didn't
it
see
plays
I didn't
out.
see
Yeah.
it. I'm not. I was trained differently, obviously, from a police officer to a correctional officer. So, I can't
Speak on it.
I can't speak on
completely,
it.
but for being in that place. But
Yeah, and
I mean, any situation you have to be there too, and but
and it could have, he could have been in that situation before where something like that happened, and it didn't go well for him. There's a lot of different variables that we gotta take into account. But I'm sure at some point you're gonna hear those words. I mark my words.
escalation.
Verbal de-escalation could have been used, and I'm almost like certain that that's going to be one of the outcomes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yes.
I don't know
Another unfortunate thing. We just lost someone special.
Yes, as we were on the air, the legendary R&B singer Frankie Beverly of Maze.
They announced it. Yeah, he passed yesterday.
Yes. Rest in peace. As you know, he is from the legendary group Maze, and with a legendary song Before I Let Go. Listen, it doesn't make a difference what era you're in.
Frankie Beverly did that.
If you are of the R&B, if you follow R&B, it doesn't make a difference what age you are. Those are one of those classics that as soon as it drops, everybody. Like, oh, it's been redone millions of times. Most recently by Beyonce.
Yep, she did a couple versions of it.
Yes.
Before.
So, rest in peace, R.I.P. to Frankie Beverly. He passed at the age of 77. 77.
Yeah.
Most notably, as I told you as we were off here, he did the inaugural ball for Obama.
Obama's inauguration.
And the memories that I have of him doing it live, and Barack and Michelle
dancing
Obama,
with Michelle.
Dancing. Yes, it was a feel-good moment. It was a feel-good moment. It's history in the making. For first Black president. and to see them dancing to music that they can connect with, it felt good. So yes, another one of our legends has passed.
Mhm.
Big ups to him, and I'm sure in the coming days we're going to see so many tributes,
Oh yes.
um, so many tributes to him, um, because of what he's done to the culture with
Yeah.
music. Music ties people like
Legend. He's
nothing,
a
like no
legend.
other. Um,
Rest in peace.
um, Unfortunately, we had another passing. Um, James Earl Jones.
Yes.
James Earl
Margarita is
Jones.
devastated.
Yes. James Earl Jones. If everybody thinks of him, as obviously when you think about him, you think about him in Star Wars.
Hmm.
The legendary voice. You think about him in Coming to America,
Coming to America. There
right?
it is. That's where I
Um,
see him.
but even more powerful was his voice.
Yeah.
He was the voice of CNN. This is
Hmm.
CNN.
Yeah.
So strong. And if you were with radio, he had the
Perfect.
perfect tone for radio.
Hmm.
It was strong. It was vibrant, and when you felt it, it was like you could feel it in your bones. You could
Yes.
feel it through sound. And yes, he passed this weekend. Another icon,
Hmm.
another
Hmm.
legend. Um, and it's wild because we just had Batman Scoop.
That
They said they have
Rich Homie
three, right?
Quan.
Rich
Yeah.
Homie Quan,
We had
yeah.
4. Yeah.
Rich Homie Quan was struggling um, with substance abuse.
Hmm.
I don't know the cause of his death. It has not been
Yeah, they're not
proven.
saying it. His
Um,
girlfriend has come out.
yeah. So we don't know the cause of death. I mean,
His
it's
heart
sad,
stopped. It made him.
because he was young. He was in his
He was like 34 or
yes,
something,
early
right?
30s. Um,
Rich Homie Quan.
so it's sad because he wasn't even considered like a middle-aged gentleman,
No.
very young. But they say that it happens in threes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Threes. So we're past that point.
Yeah.
But yes, a lot of the people who we associate with in the music and acting are passing,
Hmm.
and yes, it's not good. But all we can do now is we can look back at what they did.
Let their legacy live on.
Yes, yes. Also, big topic um, in the hip hop industry.
Oh boy.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. This is.
Kendrick Lamar will be headlining it, and not everybody was pleased about it.
No, I'm not pleased about it.
As you know, the Super Bowl
I'm
is
Team
taking
Wayne.
place in New Orleans. New Orleans. That's how
No.
they say it. They don't pronounce the R. We do. New Orleans. But the New Orleans. It's taking place in New Orleans, and it was met with a lot of rave reviews. But then it was like, okay, hold on. Um, and there's been a lot of blowback. A lot of the southern rappers,
Mhm.
especially from New Orleans. One in particular, a
Juvenile.
living legend, Lil Wayne.
Hmm.
A lot of people down south are saying he should be given his flowers because he represents the city of New Orleans, and he should be the one up there getting his flowers in front
I
of.
agree. Do you
I
not?
agree. I agree as well.
And look at his. We talk about catalogs. Like, look at all the songs, tracks, and artists that Lil Wayne has got been with, done. It would be an unbelievable halftime show. And no shade against Kendrick. Like, I love Kendrick, but come on now.
So
Come on.
so let's call it and call it for what they're calling it for. They're
Hmm.
saying that a pride beef with Jay Z and Baby, which is the reason why he according to them, is the
Rock
reason
Nation.
why is not giving flowers to Lil Wayne. Um, they're saying that Jay-Z is holding long-lasting grudges.
Some of Jay Z's dopest tracks are with Wayne. It's just sad that they
I don't know.
put that before history. Come on.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to hear Jay-Z speak on it.
Hmm.
I like to hear him come out,
He ain't talking. Jay
and
Z
I'd
ain't
like to
saying
hear
nothing.
his reasoning behind the reason why he put on Kendrick and left out Lil Wayne.
Hmm.
Uh, I really like to hear it. Nicki Minaj went off.
She did go off,
She
and
went
again,
in.
she said the same thing too. It has nothing to do, no shade. You can have love and respect for Wayne and love and respect for Kendrick. Let's.
Yeah. Um, she went in, man. She had a lot of tweets,
Mm.
um, and she went in. She went in. She even got personal. On Jay Z. She said, "Well, you'd rather have the brunches," referring to Diddy,
Yep,
as
yep,
opposed to
yep.
paying homage to the living legend.
That's the thing. That
Um,
part right there.
like I said, what? One thing that bothers me is,
What was he thinking when he did it, though? I wonder
well,
if
yeah,
it was gonna drop and he was like, "Yeah, I
I,
did that."
I want to hear, like I said, I want to hear his reasoning. I want to hear, um, I want to hear why he chose to exclude um, Lil Wayne. But something that bothers me, um, and I only see it in the hip hop culture.
Mm,
When someone is chosen, um, you know, it should be celebratory
yeah.
for the culture. Instead, the people inside the culture um, throw shade. When
Mm-hmm.
when 10 years ago, 5 years ago, we weren't, as a hip hop culture, we weren't getting those invites.
No.
We are now getting them, and there's love, and then the hate comes behind it.
Hmm.
Um, I just think that it gets to the point where you get all this shade thrown, and I think it's bad for the culture, and it's just the hip hop culture that does it, because you don't hear
Yeah, but
when.
the shades happening behind the scenes that we're not
Well,
seeing
but this is the
too.
thing. We
Like
but
when they
but
had the Super Bowl and when you had Snoop and 50 and all, they killed that.
but but
They were
but
given the
but
opportunity.
there was shade from the game. There was shade from the game, right? The
Hmm.
game was like, I'm from LA. I've been repping for a long time too. Why wasn't I included?
Hmm. Hmm.
Then he threw it on 50. He threw it on 50 because his beef with 50. He's like, oh, it was probably 50. This is what I'm saying. There's always something
There's
behind
gonna,
it
yeah, yeah.
where it takes away from the spotlight, in which, hey, we've got hip hop on the stage
Hmm.
at a global event,
Finally.
because that's just what you're talking about. It's going to be watched by billions of people,
Yeah.
and it's life changing for the artist, because as we witnessed with Usher, you don't get paid for it, but it's the stuff that you're going to get after it. Your
Hmm.
streams are going to go up.
Yes.
People, you're going to be in demand. You're going to be hot
Anything
for a
that
long
touches, yeah.
time.
He was wearing Skims. Skims
Yes,
sold out. Like,
yes,
not even his brand.
yes. So it's just one of those things where, um, I have a problem with it. It's the after effect that comes with it, and it's just, for me, it's just I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, Wayne's about to be at Mohegan Sun next month, so if that hasn't sold out yet,
Yeah. Um,
that's where I'll catch him.
yeah, it just it bothers me a little bit, that the culture, the hip hop culture,
Hmm.
um, they
It's
take
always
to
something.
social media right away, and now you get divided. So now you've got all the people from you know south to Louisiana, and even before that, they're all just they're all feeling a certain
Was
type of way.
Jay? I wonder if he's worried too about the people, not only his beef, but that Wayne would bring out.
Well,
like if he has issues with some of those people, because he has a big
I look at it this way. So
group of people that he's worked with.
Jay is the one who basically set up this deal with the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
and obviously he's the one. He's the consultant, and they're going to him and everything. Um, I think that if you had issues with someone, you could be creative and, like you said, and still give Little Wayne his flowers.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, Little Wayne is the biggest, representation from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's any rapper that's had the longevity as him. There have been people before him,
Hmm.
but they're not still relevant like Little
Mm-mm.
Wayne is.
He is.
He has the longevity. So yeah, you could have used your creative productions to say, you know what, we're going to have Little Wayne, and maybe there might have been stipulations to who he could and who he couldn't bring out.
Hmm.
Um, but now all these people are voicing their opinion.
Yeah.
There's going to be more beef now.
Yeah,
Like
there is.
you spoke out against me. I don't. As so long as I'm around, you may not get up on that stage.
Yeah.
Um, and it happens in all walks. But as I said, and as you said, right? You said it happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Not in hip hop. They go to social media right away, and they make you pick a side.
Hmm.
And that's one thing that I don't like. It's a win for hip hop overall. And in light of the temperature with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, um, that adds to it because
Yeah, it does.
you've got obviously you've got Kendrick on one side, and you've got Drake, who's part of Young Money.
That's what,
Um,
yeah, I was getting at
you
with
know
the.
the temperature just keeps going up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and who knows what Kendrick's going to say or do when he performs They Not Like Us.
Yeah.
He might throw something in there, a
Yeah.
different type of shade to add to it. So yeah, it's just, for me, it's a little overdrawn for me.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's a
that's
beautiful
what's
thing
up.
for Kendrick, but
Um,
if you love hip hop,
yeah.
you want to see Wayne up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, just another reminder: if you haven't purchased your tickets yet for Friday, WMB1's Friday comedy show, which is this upcoming Friday, Friday the 13th, uh, do so now. Go to WMB1.com and purchase your tickets there. If you can't get tickets or you're not used to the computer thing, you can get in touch with Steve Lopes, myself, anyone, Janine,
Yeah.
and we'll direct you on how to get those tickets
Hmm.
because we do have hard tickets, but they are going fast. We're approaching 90 people, and I don't know how much longer tickets are going to be available.
Yeah.
So we're basically 2 days out. So go to WME1.com, grab them now.
Hmm.
25 in advance because they're going to be 30 the night of. And you can do that by going to our website. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Download the WMB1 mobile app.
WNB1 app.
All right. And thanks for tuning in today. And
Yeah.
thank you to Gerald Kelly, who was on earlier. We interviewed him earlier, and he absolutely killed it, man. He
Hmm. Hmm.
stayed and he gave us some insight,
Right.
a lot of insight as to how he came into comedy and some of the things he's done and continues to do
Hmm.
for less fortunate people,
Hmm.
which is good because never forget where you came from.
No.
Never forget where you came from. But yes, big ups to him for doing the interview this morning, and looking forward to the show on Friday.
Me too.
Yes.
Are you doing a lighthouse tomorrow night or no?
Lighthouse will be going on tomorrow, so we got a 2-for-1 going. We have the after work wind down happening, which will take place at from 5 to 8,
Hmm.
and then we'll roll it right into Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Which this week I believe it's the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. A
Okay.
great game. Thursday night, 8:20. live at the Lighthouse Tavern, located on Brock Ave in the city South End.
Hmm.
Go there. But the after work wind down, we'll have, as usual, we'll have some nice R&B music playing, sort of like the neo vibe, the neo
Neo
soul
soul
vibe,
vibe.
and they have a nice selection of food that you can order along with the flights. What's your favorite?
My flavor, I've been liking the margarita flights that they have
Margarita.
there.
So yes,
Hmm.
margarita flights. They've got those in different flavors. Come on down and unwind, kind
And
of
the
unwind.
mango mojito was a special they had last week. It was really good too.
Yeah. So come on down to the Lighthouse Tavern from 5 to 8 p.m. on Thursday, and then we transition right into Thursday night football.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the game from one of 12 TVs, 60-inch TVs. So come on down and do that. Excuse me. And also, I'll be there Saturday night as well.
Okay.
Saturday night from 9 to 2 a.m.
Bam, bam, bam.
So yeah, we're doing a thing this weekend, Lighthouse Tavern.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're going to
Yes.
conclude the show. Be sure to tune in at 12:30 for the replay.
Hmm.
And until then, I guess I'll catch you tomorrow. You're gonna be around?
All right. No, actually, it is today is my grandson's first birthday,
Oh
9/11. So it
yes,
is a rough day for America,
yes.
never forget. But we turned it last year into a celebration in our family. So I will be bringing him. I get to go and do his shots and
Nice,
all that
nice,
fun stuff. So
nice. So
grandmama duty.
so I will be on live tomorrow, where I'll be once again highlighting our show, our WMB1 comedy show,
Mhm.
monthly comedy show. And I'll be, blasting that out and giving tickets out.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in tomorrow as well. All right. Only a couple of days left to grab those
Couple days
tickets,
left. I can't wait. I
and
just want to laugh.
you can grab them for free if you listen to win.
Call
Listen
in.
to win. All right.
Call
Um,
in to win.
so yes, until tomorrow, we're signing off, and everybody have a peace and blessed day.
Yes.
All
Peace.
right. See you tomorrow. We're out.